Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another book review. Yay! I finally finished Take 3 in the Above the Line series, and in this particular chapter of the saga, Andy is in quite a dilemma. She finds out that she has become pregnant due to her encounter with Taz, and she's not really sure whether she wants to go through with abortion or whether she wants to give up the baby for adoption. And she's not really that far along in her pregnancy at this point in time of the book, but I'm not going to tell you what happens, or that'll give away a huge plot point, and if you haven't read the book yet, then I'm not going to tell you anything. Bailey learns more about her feelings toward Cody, and decides to break the news to Tim, which is kind of harsh in a way, but it opens up another avenue for her. And you always want Bailey and Cody to be together anyway. From the very beginning of the series, you have always put the two together, at least I have, from having read the previous novels in the series itself. Keith and Chase, they try to conjure up the movie deal with Brandon Paul, and of course they don't know Brandon's background, and it reveals it in this book, and it's really quite shocking in how much of a terrible person that he really is. But I think that changes down the line from what I've read. This is kind of a tiny spoiler, but in the Bailey Flanagan series, he's done a complete 360. But in this one, we can see the type of person that he was before he repented. This actually made me cry in one particular scene when they talk about Sunny Heights adult daycare center. Actually, it's assisted. It's not really assisted living. Yeah, I guess you could call it assisted living center. And the woman that always commented, what was her name? I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she always commented how beautiful her hair was, and Langdon, her husband, always comments her on that as well, and I always thought that was just a really beautiful illustration. I don't know if I could find her name or not. Maybe if I can find their study guide. Ah, there's study guide. It's not Lisa. Chase's wife. No, not that. Not Chase's wife. And it's not Dane and Katie. We already know them. And I can just figure out where I saw that. Oh, darn it. I'm really sorry about this, folks. Ashley. Sorry. I just could not think of Ashley, but it's Ashley that was told by Irvine, one of the women. Actually, Irvine passes away earlier in the series. It's very, very, very sad, and I actually cried over that, having lost so many surrogate grandparents and actual blood grandparents in the past, and very near and dear people to my heart. But it was just a very touching scene, and it just it brought tears to my eyes. And few books have actually made me cry like that. I would have to say that Karen's books are probably some of the books that have done that to me. Other than that, I was really pleased with Andy's decision, although I can't really imagine what it would be like for her going through that, and I can imagine that it would be very frightening and confusing and just terrifying. And Karen portrays that well in Andy's character, and I think she does just a spectacular job. beyond that, I'm not really sure what else to say other than I absolutely adored book 3 in this series, and I am looking forward to reading the last one so I can figure out what happens to all the characters and how it leads up to um, leaving, which, of course, I should have read this before I read the Bailey Flanagan series, but oh well, sometimes that's how I do things. I'm a little kooky. But it's, as far as Karen's books are considered, you put a book of hers in front of me, I cannot set it back down on my table because it is that good. It's just written in a way that it just flows from the beginning to the end, and you just want to know what's going to happen next. I really want to know what's going to occur with these characters, and they become almost real to you, and you probably know some people that are exactly like these characters that she's writing about. And to be honest, I'm hopeful that in the stories that I will be writing in the future, that I will be able to convey characters that will be memorable and have good qualities, and people will be able to take something away from it, to be enlightened by it and learn. That's my main purpose. I have really been inspired by Karen in this respect, and I'm hopeful that I can do this in the future. But right now, I don't really seem to have much of luck or fortune doing this, but I know it will turn around because a lot of people that I know, they're supporting me. They want to see me published, and I would really like to get my work out there, and I would love to see some of my scripts done in an indie setting. I wouldn't care. It's not about the money. It's about the message behind what I'm doing, and my whole motto is enlightenment, inspiration, and just giving people something to walk away with that makes them think and teaches them good moral values. And I think that there are a few movies like that at this day and age. I know I probably sound like some kind of prude, but I like a good movie that has a solid plot and excellent characters, and you don't have to go away with all the swearing and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's not really necessary. Action adventure films are good every so often, and I admit I am an action adventure fan, but my movies will be a little bit different. Of course, I have written some that have a lot of violence and whatnot, but just to have a little bit of variety. And it wouldn't be my main line of work. It would mainly be movies that would be heartfelt, and those that would make my audience maybe inspire some more people. And I hope that I can touch at least one life in in what I do. But even if that doesn't happen, it's okay. I'm completely fine with that. I just write for the love of actually creating, just like Karen. I think it's such a blessing, and you feel like it's become your child, and you just hope the best for that creation of yours. And it's just such a precious thing, and it's one of those. I know I'm getting kind of sappy here, and I'm sorry, but I just pray that my work will go down in the annals of history sometime as something that was worthwhile, and that I've left just a little bit of a legacy here for whoever's going to come after me. And hopefully I will be able to have some children sometime in the future. Not sure when that'll be, but even if that doesn't happen, I would give it to a surrogate child, or anybody in my surrogate extended family. So basically, that's all I have to say about book 3 and my plans for the future, and just looking forward to whatever waits me around the bend.